protester in Portland, Oregon was shot recently following one of the marches. And, I'm having multiple pinch myself moments to where I'm talking about something that's in the zeitgeist, and it happens to be an issue that is building and building. So talking about the manufactured civil unrest, talking about people being pitted against each other in this election because that's ultimately what it was designed to do. The basic facts concerning what happened is that it took place on the east end of the Morrison Bridge in Portland, Oregon, which is just outside of downtown. It happened about 1 o'clock in the morning. The suspect is reported to be a black male, 5'8", and he was in a silver sedan. And so this may not have been political at all, and simply an issue of a driver. Here I am in a recent video, my last videos, discussing the perspective from the driver. It's like you could be someone that's in agreement with the mob. The problem with the mob is they're taking their aggression out on others. They're taking their aggression out on drivers. They're taking their aggression, I don't mean all of them. In some cases, it's just a splinter group. But here we see cars at a dealership in Northeast Portland vandalized, and windows throughout the Pearl District were smashed with damage exceeding $1 million, as well as graffiti, anti-Donald Trump graffiti on the Morrison Bridge. And this picture here actually on the Burnside Bridge. I know that exact spot where this famous picture has been taken. Of course, Fox News can seize upon this. Oh, it's the liberal left. And people actually, in some cases, want to see protesters hurt or ran over or shot. And so the whole thing is amping up to one big giant crescendo. But it's not over yet. We're going to see more things develop. As we look at other things throughout the world, other post-election developments, reports of hate crimes are increasing following the election. This comes from Press TV. Police say 2 assailants confronted a Muslim woman at a San Diego State University with comments about Trump and the Muslim community. The attackers took off with the victim's purse, backpack, and car keys. The woman could not then locate her car. Some U.S. universities reported racist graffiti written on the walls, including whites only and white America. At New York University, students discovered the name of Trump written on the door to a prayer room for Muslims. Of course, all this will always be blamed on Hillary Clinton or Clinton supporters. And me saying that, having rational common sense, doesn't make me a supporter of Hillary Clinton. There are people that will actually go out and do certain things like that. Now, what was that the other night? Where you saw Trump vandalized on a black church in Mississippi? How do we know that criminal rogue elements of U.S. intelligence aren't playing their role in some of this? Certainly, I believe they're playing their role on Facebook with the fake news feeds and stories literally being planted there to cause a reaction in the reader who's not actually there in that reported state where they're saying that Muslims have invaded and they're forcing the girls to wear the hijab, a completely fabricated story. But as long as the establishment works people up, it's not really about Clinton or Trump. It's not about the selections, nor was it about Obama, nor was it about Bush. It's about conflict. It's about a manufactured civil war, not between the people and the government, but amongst the people. And it could be as simple as going back to Portland, Oregon, a mob turning their anger at a car. I'm just going to speculate as to what happened. They're over off of East MLK. That is a major road, also known as 99E. Actually runs all the way down to Oregon City, which is north of Aurora, where I grew up, just outside of Canby. Okay, so 99E is a major thoroughfare, which is going north to south. And so you have protesters storming the freeways, storming these roads, expecting cars to stop, and in some cases surrounding cars and screaming at those drivers of those cars, that they're going to be guilty of vehicular homicide if they keep driving forward. And it's like, what did that driver of that car due to that mob. So I speculate that guy got out and went, what? What are you going to do, motherfucker? I got a motherfucking gun. You ain't going to stop me from going nowhere. It's like people are stressed out. They're going through a lot. And there are people out there that are so amped up about their political position and their black bloc tactics and way of doing things that they're not thinking clearly about how someone else may also be aggravated. I also talk about the solar flares and the geomagnetic storms, how that really gets people going. So a lot of people aren't even thinking about how a lot of people are upset right now about a whole lot of things. And in some cases, a lot of people actually agree on certain things. But they've got us to be in this combative mindset. And even amongst the people that are anti-establishment, there'll be that philosophical political divide. Those that believe that they have the right, that they're real anarchists, by shutting down the roads and shutting down the freeways and not realizing they are playing into the whole stereotype of a violent chaos creating anarchist instead of a true anarchist that believes in no masters, no rulers. Many of those anarchists in Portland, Oregon, as I've been saying for years, don't realize that they're trying to play the master role by telling the driver that they are a slave, that they have to wait until they're done causing a disruption. How is that any different than having your own checkpoint? So what you're seeing in Portland, Oregon, and many other places around the country and around the world, this is a clear-cut example of manufactured civil unrest. Share this video with your friends and family, and if you support this message, if you support the truth that I'm sharing, show your support at alexansary.tv.